This is brought to you by Cook County's Commission on Human Rights. The purpose of this video is to discuss the use of qualifiers such as 3 times the rent in relation to source of income protections for Housing Choice Voucher holders in the Cook County Human Rights Ordinance. In May 2013, the Cook County Board of Commissioners amended the Cook County Human Rights Ordinance to prohibit discrimination against Housing Choice Voucher holders, also previously known as Section 8 or HCV. It can be difficult to understand how the language like income 3 times the rent, if used in certain ways, might be discriminatory against Housing Choice Voucher holders. We're going to discuss this together. According to the Cook County Human Rights Ordinance, source of income means the lawful manner by which an individual supports themselves and their dependents. This includes use of a housing choice voucher and several other potential sources of income, such as supplemental Social Security income or temporary assistance for needy families. It is unlawful to discriminate against a person because of their source of income, which they use to pay for housing. A housing choice voucher is a source of income. Accordingly, a landlord, property manager, or housing provider must include the value of a housing choice voucher in any screening or rental application calculations of income. To calculate the rent-to-income ratio of a prospective HCV tenant, a landlord should only consider the portion of the rent that the HCV applicant would be directly responsible for. For example, a 2-bedroom unit is advertised at a rent of $1,500 per month. The property manager has a policy that all households must have an income of at least 3 times the rent to qualify for a unit. A household with an HCV applies for the apartment. The tenant's portion of the rent is $500, and the housing authority will pay the additional $1,000. The housing provider is permitted to require that the tenant have an income of at least $1,500 a month, the tenant portion times 3. The housing provider cannot require that the tenant makes 3 times the total rent for the unit, $4,500, as this would include the portion that will be paid by the housing authority. We can see this in the example shown on the screen. If you have any questions or believe that a landlord or housing provider violated the Human Rights Ordinance protections related to source of income or use of a housing choice voucher, contact the Cook County Commission on Human Rights. If you're a landlord or housing provider in Cook County and are looking for clarification, please contact us. Our email is human.rights@cookcountyil.gov, and our phone number is 312-603-1100. This does not constitute legal advice and is for educational purposes only.